And we will hit these two questions. I only got two questions for homework. The first one is 4C15/4. 4C15/4. This comes out of the C section, so that should be savings plan. Okay. And it's probably, there we go. Find the savings plan balance after 9 months with an APR of 3% and monthly payments of $150. So tell me the two type problems that you're going to have in 4C. We went over this with the test. What's the two types of problems you're going to have in the 4C? That's when you look in your notes and you tell me and you communicate back to me. So I'll wait for y'all to communicate. We even said it during the test. The part of the test that we did the other day, we actually said it. I guess it's my time to go to Facebook. This is just getting into y'all's test time, test review time. You know, y'all could say something and I tell you it's wrong or right. You could say something.
I was gonna say depression because I remember doing that, but I don't know.
No, if that's 4D. D stands for depression. That's 4D. 4C is savings plans, and there's two types of savings plans. One, something is known. The other one, something is not known. I've done gave you a hint now. You should be able to, unless you just don't write anything down and don't listen.
Well, I wrote it down, and then I ripped that page out, and I left it at home. Wow, that sounds like an excuse. My bad. Hold on.
Well, you can't answer the question then unless you just remember it. But there's somebody out there that knows, but they're not going to say anything because they don't want to break the silence of the winged on a pickle. So we'll just sit here and dig into y'all's review time until somebody tells me. Because I know I covered it, and it's in your notes. Just imagine y'all are in a board meeting in your job, and this is what the board meeting is going to be like. What do you think the boss or the CEO is going to say?
He would not be happy with it.
No.
I'm going to go with we don't know.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Miss Gill, for finally saying something. All right. Even though I went over it, what is known and what is not known? Well, look at it. You have to know R. You have to know T. What's the only thing that could be known or not known? You have to know T. You have to know R. What's the only thing? The payment. Remember, I gave you two formulas. Remember? I think I even gave y'all a sheet. Did I not? Let's go look and see. I don't know what I called it. Anybody remember what I called it? I can't remember what I called it. And of course, y'all not going to tell me. But I gave y'all a sheet, and it had the two formulas on it. 4C. There it is. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Nobody printed it out. And here are the two formulas. And I remember me telling y'all, one is the payment is known. The other one, the payment is what? Not known. Y'all don't remember this? That means somebody needs to say yes or somebody needs to say no.
No.
Yes.
Thank you. Feel sorry for y'all in the real world. All right, so which one are we going to use? Well, we're going to pull that one up again. And I'm going to pull it up and let's look at it and see. Does everybody remember it now? Payment known, payment not known.
We're going to use that first one?
Yep. So go ahead and punch it in. So A is equal to the payment times 1 plus R over N raised to the NT power minus 1 over R over N. And we've got, let's see, R is equal to 0.03. N is equal to 12. And T is equal to 9 over 12, which is equal to what? 3 over 4? Somebody help me out there. 0.75. And I think that's it. The payment is equal to 150.
So N is 12?
And it's 12 always. Because it's monthly payment. Unless, let's see if it, it's always 12 unless it says yearly or anything else. It's always 12.
Okay.
Always. And I said that, and when we were going through all of these, I said, if the directions if they don't say, it's assumed to be monthly. Because everything in life is based on monthly payments. Everything. Car payment, credit card payment, mortgage, insurance payments or insurance premiums. To this day, I don't understand why they don't call it payments. I don't understand why they call it premiums with insurance. I don't understand. Maybe some of y'all that have insurance parents can tell me. Okay, I don't understand the difference between a premium and a payment. Or maybe it's just beyond me. All right, so A is equal to, and you do this on the calculator. This is not really on paper. 150 times 1 plus 0.03 over 12 raised to the 12 times 0.75 minus 1 over 0.03 over 12. Do you know what's the most asked question on this problem? Anybody want to take a guess? Why did you get 0.75? Well, that's the people that didn't listen to me when I first showed you the compound interest formula. A is equal to P times 1 plus R over N raised to the NT power. And what did I tell you about T? It's always in what?
Years.
Thank you. Thank you, Miss Ballou. You're the one that listened that day. All right. So now I pull out my handy dandy calculator, and the rest of it you do on a calculator. So I'm going to take 0.03, and I'm going to divide that by 12. And I'm going to add that to 1. And I'm going to raise that to the parentheses 0.75 times 12, close parentheses, and minus 1. So that's my numerator. So I'm going to stow, before you get bread, it's stow, alpha n for numerator. And of course, we've done this also. Hopefully you're not a lone wolf and you have been attending class, because I have found that the lone wolves are the ones that don't know what's going on, don't know what, in class, So, clear? Clear? I always forget which one to do first. All right, now we're going to do the bottom. Well, that's tough. 0.03 divided by 12. Oops, let's multiply. Divided by 12. And I'm going to save that, stow, alpha, D for denominator. Everybody with me? And now I'm going to take 150 and I'm going to multiply by alpha n divided by alpha D, close parentheses, and hit enter. And your A is equal to, drum roll, 1363.57. So after 9 months, your little savings plan has gained 1363.58. How can I tell how much is in my savings plan? I know that how much have I put into it? Somebody tell me how much you have put into this savings plan in 9 months.
1,350.
Okay, how did you get that?
I multiplied 150 times 9.
You multiply the payments times the months. And the test questions will ask you this. They'll say, how much did you put into it? Well, how much did you put into it? You had 9 months. 9 months times, what was the payment? 150?
Yes, sir.
So you got $13.50. So in 9 months, you made $13.58. Which is not bad. I mean, anytime you make money doing absolutely nothing, that's what some people love to do. You just don't make a lot of it unless you put a lot of money into it. So that's how you find what you put into your savings plan. Capiche?
I put the balance in for that question and said it was wrong. 1,363.58. Maybe I'll try to.
Maybe you need to type. I don't know if you need to type the 1350, or I don't know. Let's see what I don't know.
I figured it out. I was typing it wrong.
Let's type in 1363.58. Okay. Let's see if they ask. They don't ask. The next question would be, how much did you actually put into the plan? And that would be 1350. Is that a good test question? Yes, it's a good test question. Next one. 4C 27/8. 4C 27/8. 4C 27/8. I was expecting the lifetime question. There it is. I knew it would come up. Suppose you are 35 years old. Is this a question that you should put to heart and memory? Yes. That way, when you sign your contract for wherever you're going to work for 10, 15, 20 years, you can remember this type question. 35 years old and would like to retire at 60. Furthermore, you would like to have a retirement fund from which you can draw an income of $100,000. You don't want much, do you? Per year, forever. Forever, forever, ever. Okay? How much would you need to deposit each month? So we're looking for a payment. Assume that the constant APR, or R, is equal to 6%. And that the compounding and payment periods are the same, so N is equal to 12. Okay, so I've written down everything. Now what we need to do? Well, you need to go back to your handy dandy. Hold on a second. Somebody tell me, what do we not know? I can't find my dadgummit. There it is. What do we not know? Or what are we trying to find? I'm asking y'all. That means I want y'all to say something.
The payment?
We're trying to find the payment. So let's go back to our handy dandy handout. And there's the two formulas for 4C. Which one are we going to use? Okay, top or bottom? I'll narrow it down for you.
Bottom.
Top or bottom?
Bottom.
Bottom, good job. Because it says payment is equal to. So we're going to use the bottom, which says payment is equal to A times R over N divided by 1 plus R over N raised to the NT power minus 1. That's what we're going to use. Now, what did I tell you was the problem with this question? There's a problem with this question that you gotta address before you even start. Y'all remember? And we did like 2 or 3 of these problems in class. And what did I tell you you had to do before you started a forever problem? Go look in your notes, because I know y'all got this one in your notes. I told you at the beginning of the problem that you had to do something.
I know you had to get a different formula in order to find a specific thing.
You got to find the BA lump of money, right?
Yeah.
How do you look at your example of this problem, and somebody tell me, what do we have to do? We got to find a BA lump of money, which I called the nest egg. Remember? The BA lump, we got to find it. Go ahead, Miss Ballou. What did I tell you had to do?
Do you have to divide 100,000 by 0.06?
Good job. You are a winner. You're going to have a nice office one day, Miss Ballou. 0.6. Now, of course, if you didn't follow directions, or you didn't come to class, or you're one of those people that went back to bed or went to eat breakfast and left the computer, and then I have to force you out at the end of the class, then you don't know that. Okay? And that's going to be 100,000 divided by 0.06. And that is your nest egg. So you got to put back $1.67 million. Now, it's a good thing that you see this. Why is it a good thing that you see this now in this class? Why is it a good thing that you see this now?
So that you're prepared to use it in the real world?
Well, when you sign that contract for whoever, okay, most of y'all are in 103, so most of y'all are going to follow a liberal arts path, nursing path, don't know, but let's say that one of y'all are a nursing student and you sign that nursing contract to work at blah, blah, blah hospital or blah, blah, blah doctor's office. This, hopefully, is what you're going to be thinking of when you sign that contract and you say, okay, I know I'm getting so much a month, but I need to start putting back for this nest egg. Now, you can do that through a 401k. You can do it through deferred retirement, which is through a state or a county agency, or you can do your own. And that's to go through a bank and say, I want to start a retirement plan. And they will start pay, just draft it out of your paycheck every month and act like you never did it. Why do you need to act like you never did it? Because you need to forget about it. You need to forget about it and forget it's even there. That's why this kind of stuff is important and should be taught to you before you graduate high school. All right, so here we go. So this is equal to, the nest egg is equal to 1,666,666. Now, if you wanted to round this to 1.7 million, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Well, you're dealing with money, so that would be a what?
Bad thing. Good
This
thing.
is savings. It would be a what?
Good thing.
Good thing, because you've got more money coming out at the end of the what years? How many T is equal to what? 25 years? Somebody figure out T for me. T is equal to 25, isn't it? So after 25 years of working your butt off, not only do you have state retirement or a county retirement or federal government retirement or, your doctor's office retirement, you also got this nest egg. That's why you see people driving around that they're 60 years old, they're driving around in RVs that look like a bus because they put back a lot of money while they were working. Now, that could mean they own their own business, or it could mean they work for somebody or some entity, but they put back the money to where they could buy a RV or a Corvette or whatever the case may be. So 1.7, I'm going to put in 1,666 because we're answering a homework question. Multiplied by, that's going to be 0.06 over 12 over 1 plus 0.06 over 12 raised What is 12 times 25? Or what is, somebody multiply 12 times 25 for me? That'd be
300.
what? What?
300.
And minus 1. And we're going to do that on the calculator. So I'm going to let you take a minute and do that on the calculator, and I'll catch up with you. We'll pull up the calculator and give you a minute to do that. The reason I'm using 1.66666 is because I want to punch in the number with the homework. If I use 1.7, it won't be correct unless they tell you to round. I don't think they did. Miss Holder, let me ask you a question because I know you'll talk to me. Before we went into 4C, did you ever think you would need to put back 1.7 million to have a good retirement? Okay, she went back to sleep. Anybody? Did anybody, did that surprise anybody?
Yes.
I bet you didn't even, if you even thought about it, you thought it was much less than that, didn't you? Now, this is an expensive taste. $100,000 a year, that's a little expensive. Most people, 30 to 50,000. Because who are you buying for? You're not buying for 2 or 3 kids and putting forth education. I mean, $100,000 a year, that's a little steep for retirement, I think. But, you could easily put it down at 30,000 to 50,000 because, you may be single or you may be widowed because your other significant other died, or you may have both. But if both of you have 30,000 a year or 50,000 a year, that's 100,000 a year for both of you. So it's not like you're, raising children or anything. But anyway, let's go ahead and do it. So I'm going to take, let me clear this. There we go. All right, I'm going to take 0.06 and divide by 12. And stow alpha n, that's numerator. And then I'm going to take 0.06 divided by 12. I'm going to add 1. I'm going to raise that to the 300th power. And I'm going to subtract 1. And that is stow alpha denominator. And now I'm going to take that BA number, 1,666,666, multiplied by parentheses alpha numerator divided by alpha denominator, close parentheses, and your payment to be a millionaire the rest of your life, $2,405.02. Now let me ask you a question. In order to put back $2,000 a month, what are you going to have to do as far as choosing a career? Nobody's going to say anything? I mean, come on, it's not rocket science. What did you say, Justin?
You have to choose a job that can support that.
Exactly. You're not going to be able to do this being an underwater basket weaver. Why do people pick underwater basket weaving? Because there's no math or science in that degree program. All you got to do is take a bunch of Englishes and Spanishes and histories, and that's why you got to have something with science and math in it. Now, you can get mad at me if you want to. The only person that's going to make money with English and history is somebody that writes what? Novels or books or and makes $1 million off of a book or something like that. It's kind of hard making $1 million or making that kind of money teaching English or teaching math or teaching science. I can tell you that right now. So when you decide in the career that you want to go into, you better make sure that it pays good and not underwater firefighting or underwater basket weaving. Let me think of, okay, there's a degree program at Yale called Gender Studies. Anything that has studies behind it as far as a degree, you might want to think again before you get a degree in that program. Do you ever hear of engineering studies or history studies or English studies or biology studies? No. Anything with studies behind it as far as a degree, you better be careful. Anybody got a question? 240502. 240502. Okay, the savings account, you got to have 166. Says round to the nearest integer. Okay, we didn't do that. Well, 166, 666. I don't know if they want that or not. They probably want a little bit more. Let's see if they round it up. Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. 166, 667. Forgive me. Ours might be a little bit off, but I'll take either answer. Okay, deposits of 240502. Mine's going to be wrong because of that $1. 0502. Okay, didn't make a difference. All right, that's a good test question. I won't put a lot of those because it's a lot of work. Now let me jump over to the test. I don't have much time, but we only got half the test to go through. So let me go to the test. And how many did we get through the other day, Miss Gill? I know you'll tell me. You remember?
I think
math questions. Huh?
We might have been in the 20s, but like I said, I left that paper at the house.
Okay, somebody tell me how many math questions we got through.
You like briefly went over all of them, but like you didn't go in detail because we didn't have time.
Okay. Well, does anybody have one they want me to go through? Let's see, settings for preview. Anybody want to, where's preview? Oh, there it is. Anybody got one that they don't feel good about? Okay, we just did this one, except it was 6%. Anybody got one they want to go over? This is continuous. Did we go over continuous? I thought we went over some of these. We didn't go over any of them. Okay, continuous. Let me go over that one because a lot of you might not remember PERT. Remember the shampoo PERT? A is equal. Now I'm only going to do the first one. I'm going to do 1 year. Y'all can do the other ones. Let me go down. Okay, continuous interest is A is equal to PERT. P-E-R to the T. PERT. And 8,000. A is equal to 8,000. E. R is 0.04. And T is going to be 1. A is equal to 8,000. E, 0.04, and 5. A is equal to 8,000. E to the 0.04 and 20. Why do banks use continuous interest? Anybody? I thought I told y'all this. Continuous interest is pretty much equal to A is equal to compound interest. P times 1 plus R over N raised to the NT power. They are pretty much the same as far as output of interest. But why do people use PERT versus compound? Anybody? Has nothing to do with the money because the money is about the same. Okay, everybody should see it. I mean, everybody should see it between the two. What? Do y'all even listen to anything I say? Maybe I should just be like other teachers and just not teach. Just let y'all read it. Nothing. Y'all don't remember anything I said about continuous interest. Nothing. Y'all are very much discouraging me. Y'all know that, don't you? All right. Well, nobody's going to say I don't know, or nobody's going to say please tell me, or can I guess? You know, nobody's going to say a word. Y'all just going to sit there.
I don't know.
Thank you, Justin. All right. What does it look like, Justin? What do you see different in this equation than this equation?
It seems less complicated.
That's exactly right. The reason banks use continuous interest is because it's less calculations, and less calculations means less margin of what?
Error.
Error. So that's why people use those. And you can do those in your calculator. I'll do the first one for you. Clear and clear. And that will be 8,000 times second natural log parentheses 1 times 0.04 and equals. Now I'll show you a trick I learned in the war. Second, enter, and you just go in here and type in second, or 5. Is 5 the next one? Enter. Second, enter. Change that to, hit second, delete. That's insert, and you can type in what? 20. And delete. Now, I'm sorry. I hope y'all are not punching all this stuff in 2 or 3 times when all you got to do is just hit second, enter. And again, nobody says a damn thing. I hope y'all don't do this to all your teachers. Miss Holder, what did I say? What did I do? You quit talking to me. You just, what's up? You just quit talking to me. Miss Gill quit talking to me. Justin quit talking to me.
Well, I thought you told me that I wasn't supposed to talk.
Well, the drastic times, drastic measures. When you got a bunch of introverts that don't talk, I'll take anything I can get. Next.
I was just in the room, so I didn't want to say anything.
Well, I at this point, I think this is actually my worst class for interaction. It's the worst. All right, here is depression. This is your depression loan. This is consider a student loan for $17,500 at 9%. Mine was 8%. When I consolidated my student loan, I got it down to 8%, and that was good for a student loan. It took me like 10 years to pay it off, but I got it paid off. Consider a student loan of $17,500 at a fixed APR of 9% for 2 years. So go ahead and let's do this one. Now, I'm going to have to pull up. I don't think I gave y'all the amortization. Did I give y'all the amortization? Let me look and see if I gave it to y'all on a word processor. And I got to hurry. I ain't got much time. Let's see. Where are y'all? There you are. Amortization. Let's see. Let me go and see if there's another. Of course, y'all not going to tell me, so I'll have to go look for myself. I didn't give y'all amortization, did I? Nope. I thought I did. Third email. Nope. So I guess I need to go find it right quick. Well, y'all be writing the question down and I'll find it. Well, that's not what I want. I'll have to pull it up. So let me go ahead and pull it up right quick. I hate to do this, but I don't have a choice. And I hope it don't throw me out. Let's go to, I'll just go to instructor resources. It's the easiest way to find it. 4D. And pull it up for you right quick. Well, I don't know why it's not coming up. There we go. There it is. So this is the depressing. This is your loan, car payment, car payment, credit card payment, mortgage payment. Payment is equal to P times R over N over 1 minus, and remember I told you I like to flip mine because I don't like to deal with the negative exponent. So that's 1 plus R over N raised to the NT power. Okay, so there it is. And let's see what the question is asking. And it did exactly what I thought it would do. Took me out of the test. Sorry about that. Does anybody write down the numbers?
No, I wasn't able to.
Yeah, no, y'all wasn't paying attention, so can't
I'm
tell
also
when nobody
a very
talks.
slow writer.
You're a slow rider. Sounds like a song.
I got kind of.
Well, let's see if I can find one like it. I'm sorry. Was it credit card or is it student loan, wasn't it? I don't know if I'm going to be able to find exactly a student loan. All right, let's do the credit card. All right, assume you have a balance of 3,200, so the P is equal to 3,200. Well, I'm looking. Okay, there, and that's about an accurate R. R is equal to 0.22. N is equal to 12. And you want to pay it off in 2 years. You really want to pay it off in 1 year, but T is equal to 2. Plug and chug. Payment is equal to 3,200 times 0.22 over 12 all over 1 minus 1 over 1 plus 0.22 over 12 to the 12 times 2, which is 24th power. And there is your calculation. I'll let you fill it in if needed. And we got to finish up because some of y'all are going to self-combust. So let's pull in the calculator. And let's do clear and clear. Always do it the wrong way. Clear. There we go. All right. 0.22 divided by 12 multiplied by 3,200. And I'm going to stow that. Stow alpha n for numerator. Clear. Clear. Now I'm going to do 0.22 divided by 12 plus 1 raised to the 24th power. And now 1 divided by that, second negative symbol, which is right beside the inner sign, and 1 minus that. So my denominator, stow, alpha, denominator. And now I'm going to divide alpha n divided by alpha d. So my monthly payment is $166.01. Now, how do I know how much I actually paid for that credit card? I multiply the monthly payment times how many payments? How many payments are in 2 years?
24.
So I multiply that by 24. So to borrow $3,200, I ended up paying almost $4,000. $3984.24. So you almost paid $4,000 to borrow $3,200.
You have a work email.
How many of you thought that credit cards were your friend? No, sir. Credit cards and insurance companies, they can be a scam. You have to be very careful. All right. Y'all have a good weekend. When's the test due and when's the homework due? The test is due on the 13th. So I gave y'all the weekend to do all this stuff. Maybe I need to change that. Y'all have a good weekend.
Thank you, too.
See y'all.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Bye-bye. Please make sure you